One of the possibilities that I see is a possibility that has been raised by clergy members as well as leaders in G&J and EPA, and that is the possibility that our children, that your children, can grow up in a world where racism doesn't impact how they live their lives.
My name is Alyssa Rook, and I'm the director of the Bridges Project. So the Bridges Project is funded by a grant through the Lilly Endowment, and it allows us to work with churches to equip them and resource them so that they can engage with their community when the community is not reflected within their worship spaces on Sunday morning. So right now we're working with the first cohort, kind of a pilot cohort of the Bridges Project. They started in October of 2022, and we brought in some experts on storytelling and how do we share our story, but more importantly, how do we hear those stories? How do we become story catchers and participate with Human Library, where we literally got to listen to people share a part of their story, a part of who they are, and ask questions without fear or shame of being judged.
What happened here today was a meeting to end the sin of racism in our conferences, in our churches, in the communities. And so we spent a good few hours learning what is being done and then talking with each other about how to do it better. And I think we all learned and we were all challenged. And unique among conversations about racism, there was no defensiveness. It's very difficult to talk about racism. And this was a group that was able to talk about racism and be challenged without getting defensive about it.
Well, one of the ways that affiliation is going to help us to accomplish this God-sized goal of ending the sin of racism by allowing us to pool our resources, both human resources and financial resources, and also leveraging the work that's already being done in the churches and in the conferences that we came away from this meeting together with was the joy of passing down to our children and our grandchildren a world free of the sin of racism.
More and more people will learn that the love of God really does include everybody, and that it is part of our baptismal vows to resist evil in every form and to take every chance we can to undo it. And that really does seem to be happening.